You are the content you consume, right? Everybody at my work right now is talking about this movie that was out. And I'm not going to say what movie it is because I don't need, that's not what the movie is about at all. I was talking about it at work. And Cal, like, are you going to see that movie? And I was like, what movie is it? I don't really like those kind of movies. I just got like some weird looks and like comments about it. I just moved on about my day. And then my boyfriend, oddly enough, asked me if I wanted to see that same movie. And I was kind of just like, I feel like personally that movie would be contradicting, I guess I should say, about everything that we stand for. I don't think we should see that movie. And he was just like, well, why? And so it's over text message, obviously. So we're texting back and forth. And I'm basically just telling him about how the media that you consume has an effect on your psyche. The media that you consume, whether it's on social media, you're watching TV shows, you're watching movies, it's affecting the way that you think and the way that you feel or vibrations without you even noticing it. You watch stuff that's like very low energy, a scary movie, and it's about demons. And I'm just using that as an example. I've noticed since I have had my awakening that I'm very sensitive to stuff like that. I don't allow myself to watch TV shows. I don't really have time for all that. Or like a podcast, like educational YouTube. When I do get into them, it's always making sure that I consume content that's like good for me, that's beneficial to me. I'm not going to say who it is, but I spent a lot of time with this person. We started watching this show. It was funny because I kind of just was like, I don't really like it, but like you can watch it. It's a long show. Like it's a lot of seasons. It's a crazy show. It's a lot of drama, a lot of drugs, a lot of pornography, that kind of stuff. I just prefer not. Like I saw two episodes and I was like, you know what? Not really for me. It's an older show. Over a period of time, like he's watching this show for like 6 months, like every day, like addicted to this show. You're gonna think this is crazy. You're gonna think this is like some woo-woo, like trust me. He was literally starting to take on some personality traits and like characteristics of the main character in the show. I remember one day he came to me and he's just like, you know what? Like, I don't think I'm gonna watch that show anymore, because he was also like on an awakening, actively working on like figuring out who he was and started acting like this character. And he's just like, you know what? I'm not gonna watch that show anymore. I'm just getting a really bad vibe from it. I agree that show was affecting him. I was just having a conversation with a friend and she's like, well, I look at TV shows and movies like from the creative aspect of it. I completely understand that. She likes the acting, she likes the visuals and the plot, the storyline. She appreciates all the little stuff. It's fine, but the average person, I don't feel like they're thinking about it I just like watching these shows for 12 hours a day because the acting fascinates me. At that point, you have an addiction, and it's the same thing as like having an addiction to pornography. Instagram, Facebook, like you're constantly scrolling through TikToks all day long. Feel the need to fill that gap. You are running from something. I'm sorry. I don't care what anybody says. I study trauma. I study like brain health. I'm not a professional, obviously. The type of content we consume, duration of content we consume, like has an effect on how we feel and we think. Subconscious thoughts affecting you. I don't think people are really thinking about the spiritual aspect when they get sucked into this show. I want to use an example so bad, but I don't want to name any shows. Like, it's not even about that. I'm going to get attacked. If you feel the need to attack me, then maybe you're not my target audience. I feel like it's really easy to get sucked in and addicted to these things that are not benefiting you spiritually. I want to see everybody grow and flourish. We should be out in nature, reading, and we should be journaling or meditating or praying, whatever you feel is best for you, because I've also tried a few things. I feel like meditating is really good for me, and I really like writing down all my thoughts. Another thing that I guess I want to get into really quickly, because I just made this video off of a whim. If you feel the need to fill that, you're filling a gap in some way, right? You probably have trauma that you have not addressed, you haven't thought about. There's somebody I know, and I can't say exactly who it is, but somebody I know that's very close to me. And I asked her, like, do you want to go to a yoga class with me? No, I can't do a yoga class. That's very boring to me. I can't just sit there and be breathing. Like, I'm way too hyped. You need to relax, first of all. Learn how to be alone with your thoughts. One thing that I feel like people make memes about on the internet is like you going to the bathroom without your phone. I try to make that a thing, so I'm not sitting there scrolling, like watching stupid crap. It's just me and my thoughts. One of my friends meditates, and somebody said, I don't know how they do that. Like, you're just sitting there. What are you sitting there for? And I'm just like, well, you know, I try to explain it to them. Meditating is letting your mind sit there and just think. And you think and think and think and have all these thoughts, and you let your mind basically cleanse itself, because eventually your mind will go silent and you will feel clarity after. And it's a very nice feeling. but they didn't understand that. They're like, oh, it seems like a waste of time. And I think that watching your show on the couch for 6 hours is a waste of time. I get that that may not be for you, but it is very healthy for your mind. Let all of the thoughts come to you. That's what I wanted to ramble on about today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.